So if interoception is teachable, what does that actually look like in practice? The practical strategies cluster into 6 major implementation areas. Next slide. Step 1, teach body discrimination before safety rules. As Tricia and I have been indicating, many learners are taught rule-based safety responses such as say no, tell an adult, walk away. And they're taught this before they can discriminate when something feels unsafe. The first step is to teach learners to notice and label internal states. For example, you can use body maps, mirrors, visual scales, or tactile body outlines. Asking questions such as, what does your body feel like right now? Where do you feel that? Is your body tight, calm, busy, heavy? The goal is to build tacting of private events and discrimination of subtle physiological changes before crisis level responding occurs. Next slide. Step 2, pair external events with internal cue detection. Internal sensations become more discriminable when systematically paired with observable antecedents. Clinicians can embed body check-ins during naturally occurring situations such as greeting unfamiliar people, physical proximity, transitions, or touch-based activities. Prompts such as, what is your body telling you right now? Help transfer stimulus control from external prompts to internal cues through multiple exemplar training, prompt fading, and generalizations. The goal is for internal cues to become meaningful to the learner. Next slide. Step 3, teach a pause, scan, decide response chain, which consists of pause, stop and interrupt automatic responding, scan, notice your heart rate, breathing, muscle tension, stomach sensations, and urge to move away. Decide, choose an adaptive response such as move away, move closer, ask questions, stay, request space, seek support. This creates a self-management chain that supports safety decision-making and transforms safety from rule-following behavior into body-informed decision-making. Next slide. Reinforce reporting of discomfort. Traditional teaching often reinforces tolerance and compliance. Interoceptive safety programming instead reinforces, I don't like that. I need space. Something feels weird. Moving away, hesitation, boundary setting responses. The goal is to strengten demands for escape, information, and self-advocacy rather than inadvertently extinguishing early warning behaviors. Next slide. Embed interoception into daily living. Interoceptive awareness should not be limited to abuse prevention lessons. It should be embedded into toileting, feeding, hygiene, and movement. This builds a generalized body awareness repertoire that can later transfer to social safety context. Next slide. And 6, use self-monitoring, role play, and caregiver coaching. Practical supports include scheduled body scans, brief check-ins such as 0 to 5 tension scales, which helps the learner rate how activated, tense, uncomfortable, unsafe their body feels. Visual thermometers that gives the learners a concrete image for increasing body activation. Body check routines, for example, check your chest. Is your heart calm or is it racing? And then ABC logs with the interoceptive column. So you're tracking antecedents, body sensations, behavior, and consequences. Practice via video modeling and role play, followed by questions such as, what changes did you feel in your body? When did your shoulders tighten? When did you want space? Caregiver and staff training, teaching adults to notice the flushed skin, the rapid breathing, the muscle tension, the vocal changes, and then to prompt body awareness in real time. Of course, body awareness doesn't develop in a vacuum. The more we ask learners to notice, trust, and act on internal signals, the more important it becomes that the adults around them are speaking the same language. Next slide. Therefore, interoceptive safety training programming must be supported across collaborative partnerships. As behavior analysts, we're trained to identify precursor behaviors, analyze function, and build response repertoires. But interoception doesn't belong to any one discipline. If our goal is to help learners notice, trust, and act on internal warning signals, then safety programming becomes inherently interdisciplinary. And importantly, collaboration allows us to extend the reach of our safety programming without stepping outside of our scope. Our role as BCBAs often starts with functional assessment, identifying precursor patterns, motivating operations, and where internal signals may be showing up behaviorally. OTs often help us answer a different question. What does that feel like in the body? They bring expertise in sensory processing, body mapping, and interoceptive curriculum development. Interoception clinicians who are trained in particular programs provide structured frameworks for helping individuals access, sustain attention to, and make meaning of internal signals. Because many learners can feel internal changes before they can label them, speech therapists help build the language or AAC systems needed to tag those experiences. Teachers and school teams often see these signals in natural social environments long before we do. And perhaps most importantly, caregivers and direct support staff are often the first to notice subtle changes in breathing, posture, vocal tone, or proximity seeking. So if we're asking learners to notice, trust, and act on internal signals, no single discipline owns that work. Effective safety programming requires coordinated expertise across environments. Next slide. Here's a brief overview of some of the interoceptive programs or tools. We have mindful awareness and body-oriented therapy, and that was developed by Dr. Cynthia Price at the University of Washington. It's a meaningful fidelity monitor intervention originally designed for trauma, substance use, and emotion regulation. The MAPT teaches 3 core interoceptive capacities: identifying internal sensations, sustaining attention to them, and appraising their meaning. The multidimensional assessment of interoceptive awareness, version 2 of the Maya 2, was developed by Dr. Wolf Meiling at the University of California, San Francisco, and it's one of the most widely used validated measures of interoceptive awareness. It was first published in 2018 as an expanded version of the original Maya, and it assesses 8 dimensions of interoception, including noticing, attention regulation, not distracting, emotional awareness, self-regulation, not worrying, body listening, and body trust. It's public domain, and it's available in 30 languages, and has also been psychometrically validated across trauma, chronic pain, eating disorder, and behavioral health populations. There's also the RISE, or Reconnecting to Internal Sensations and Experiences, which was developed by Dr. April Smith and colleagues. And that is a structured 4-session online intervention designed to strengthen body awareness and body trust that was initially studied in military populations. In pilot research, it demonstrated improvements in 6 of the 8 Maya 2 domains, including noticing, emotional awareness, self-regulation, body listening, and perhaps most relevant to our work, body trust, with gains maintained at follow-up. Next slide. So in conclusion, as behavior analysts, we've spent decades teaching what to say, what to do, and how to respond. But safety doesn't usually begin with language. It often begins with something much quieter: tight shoulders, a racing heart, a stomach that suddenly doesn't feel right, an urge to move closer to or further away from someone. And for many of the learners we support, particularly those who are neurodivergent, trauma exposed, or shaped by years of compliance-focused teaching, those signals may be present, but not yet discriminated, trusted, or acted upon. That creates an important opportunity for us as clinicians. If we can identify the public accompaniments of private events, reinforce early boundary setting, and systematically teach learners to notice, label, trust, and act on what their bodies are telling them, then safety instruction becomes more than rule following. It becomes self-advocacy. Next slide. And perhaps the most important takeaway from today is this. The goal is not simply to teach learners how to say no. The goal is to help them know when their bodies are telling them that they need to do so.